got me some lottery numbers.
With no regret.
Man, trick that lottery numbers.
Hey, you know what was the trap karaoke? Was that the Gore?
I'm sorry.
Oh man. It was on the 28th. It's coming back. Only in Cleveland. Because it's going on tour. You know they invented that bullshit here. That damn trap karaoke. But it was pretty good. Obviously. Yo, can y'all hear me? Can I hear myself? Can I hear myself? Yeah, I guess I can. Can you? Your mic ain't on?
It's on.
Okay, could you turn it up a little bit, my man? There's a Hustle and Wax flow. That's Hustle over there. I'm Wax over here. We gonna be flowing. Y'all see, we got some guests in the studio today. There's No Static Radio, the Voice of Revolution. I'm sending out live feeds of the show right now to all my groups. To my groups, you know, y'all know the ones we talk about, the good ones that love us, and all the ones that don't want to give us no love. Joy Reid, that MSNBC crew. I don't know what y'all can do. Y'all ain't from Cleveland. We're located at 3030 building, Cleveland, Ohio. That was Yolanda Adams. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna be ready or something like that. Cause I'm cool. I know who she is, but I don't know much about her music. She should have called that shit "Keep Your Head on the Swivel." But either way, that was Yolanda Adams. Again, it's the Hustle and Wax Flow on the Voice of the Revolution, No Static Radio. We are live. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your enemies. Do what you gotta do. Let me see. We got some housework we got to do, of course. Let me see. What should I say? Oh, our sponsors. We got to get the sponsors in because sponsors spend money. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, you got to spend some money. Lamont Avenue Wines, the Cleveland Rugby League, and Design Me exclusively are the sponsors. We're powered by Google. And Colors on YouTube. If somebody please one day tell me what Colors on YouTube is. Is that minority people or different colors? Or they just calling it just Colors? Ain't nothing wrong. Who the hell called this early in the morning? Oh, that's you?
That's early.
Yo, who's this? Hello? Hello? Oh, y'all hung up? Okay, call back. We got some guests going on. I was doing the intro too, man. What was I at? The sponsors, yeah. You want to be a sponsor, get in contact with Miss Decisive. They got a number on No Static Radio's webpage. Let me see. Call them and hook it up. If you want to be a sponsor on this show in particular, you can call me or Hustle. Well, we ain't taking but nothing but straight cash, homie. You can download us on and listen live on the following apps. You can't view the beauty. We got two beauties in here today. Y'all missing out. But on Mixlr, MIXLR.com, Mixcloud.com. Let me see, TuneIn.com, LiveOnlineRadio.net, MediaQ.com. And if I missed anybody, we'll come back to you. Together, can I get myself together? That, and now we're going to talk about the Trauma Recovery Center. Has violence happened to you or your family? Violence can affect all parts of your life, sometimes in ways you can't see. Violence can affect the way you eat, sleep. It can cause you to lose weight, lose focus, feel angry, use drugs, or drinking as a way to escape. Violence does not have to keep hurting. You can change your life starting now with help from the Trauma Recovery Center. I'm going to say this, I always say it. I don't say nothing on here that you care about or you like. This number is the most important number for a lot of people, not only here, but in other cities that have similar organizations like this, because we ain't just sitting here in the 216, we go everywhere. Everywhere, people. But no, the number is 216-644-5487. Again, 216-644-5487. You know, the Trauma Recovery Center, they offer help for real needs in real time, domestic violence, PTSD, safety, emotional support, food, clothes, and much more. Don't let violence control you. You can break free, and the Trauma Recovery Center can help. Call the Trauma Recovery Center once again at 216-644-5487. 24/7, completely confidential. I mean, don't be afraid to call, man, because Y'all think it's been rough over the summer? Guess what it's gonna be? COVID coming back. Y'all be locked in again. A lot of people got their heads cracked when they was locked in.
Not me. I'm gonna be out here in these streets.
You know what I can't stay at home.
Oh my goodness.
But again, this is Hustle and Wax Show, No Static Radio.
Hey.
Let me see. Oh, I want to just pay our respects to Dianne Feinstein. She was 90 years old. She was the longest serving female senator, like 3 decades in the United States Senate. And the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, picked a black woman to take her spot until the next national election. And she's gonna win. Joyce Gale, she was 70 years old. Everybody that's into wrestling. She was in the NWA, and I ain't talking about them black boys that was singing out of Compton. She was in that wrestling league. They call it the NWO now, but she is a legend. One of the first female wrestlers, whatever. But yeah, she was in the NWA, and she might have been in there with a dude them, Easy them. She just died. He's been gone for a long time. But also David McCallum, he was 90 as well. David McCallum, he played in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., a 60s spy show. I watched it growing up. Him and Robert Cole. And he played in some old movies and shit. Because y'all might know him from some of this other stuff, but y'all might not know him from The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Let me see. He was in the Thrust, that movie. Let me see. He was in the one of the greatest movies ever made, The Great Escape. And lineup, the people that was in The Great Escape, man, you can't beat it. Let me see. But Zolika Mandela. She was 43. Y'all know the last name. If y'all don't know the last name, that's Nelson Mandela's baby. And Winnie's baby. And Winnie, when she thought you know what, let me say this real fast. I ain't got nothing against nobody. But when you're cheating on your man or your woman, you might end up calling the trauma recovery center. That's all I'm gonna say on that one, Winnie. Rest in peace, Winnie Mandela. But Zolika Mandela, she was 43 years old. And last but not least, some people say it was and this baseball season, the playoffs are about to start. Thank God the Tribians, Guardians, Indians, y'all season is over. Get them out the way. They finished 76 and 86, 10 games under 500. The manager, Tito Francona, he retired, so they have a new manager next year. Thank you, Tito, for all the love. I'm surprised your ass didn't get hit on that scooter riding around downtown Cleveland, but you made it. But no, Brooks Robinson, he is considered the greatest third baseman ever to play that position. He played for the Baltimore Orioles and nobody else. That's when people, you played for a team, you stayed for a team. And he's 86, man. That one there, man, that was something. But I want those people to rest in peace. Anybody got anybody that they would like to send their condolences to? No? All right, that's cool, but I will say this, then we're going to get into the afternoon midday numbers were, and I have to use my regular radio voice. If you got them, go get them. 294, I didn't have it. 0968 was the pick 4, and 30923 was the pick 5. Now, if you play them straight, you got some money coming. If you play the box, you got a little bit of money coming. It just depends how much money you want to make. I did hit it. When I seen you yesterday, I think I hit for about 300 yesterday on my scratches.
Oh, yeah.
I hit 200s.
Yeah.
A 50, then I had some scraps. You know how you get scraps when you get a 10 here, 25 there, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, Lottery Commission, but I needs more money.
I don't, man. Especially after y'all told me y'all can't play 101 yesterday. Well, 1001.
That was the day.
Yeah,
They
they
played
said
it.
it's sold out. I said, that's what I'm gonna start selling crack, and then when people come, I'm gonna say I'm sold out, and I'm gonna say, but you can buy these peanuts though.
That's how it is, man. They shouldn't do that though, because that number hadn't came out like in like 4 years, 5 years or something. Then they pulled it, and they paid a lot on it because people play that number every freaking day. And then a week later, it came out again.
Yeah.
So they're like,
I mean, but that ain't my fault though.
no, it ain't your fault.
That's the
It
cost
ain't-
of running the
I
business.
never knew that they wouldn't allow you to
Well,
play
yo, they block numbers. Cause,
Yeah.
see, I play 1110,
Okay.
and so yeah, 4 ones they block that all the time. But I play 3 ones and 0. They block that sometimes. I'll be, I ain't mad. Yes, I am mad. Ohio Lottery 294-096-830923. I will be hitting tonight because I'm playing tonight. If you don't play, you can't win. If they want to win some Cracker Jacks, you got to go to the Cracker Jack store and buy them. I'm trying to win money. Somebody talking about, oh, you won $100. And
You better put you some action on that game.
that FanDuel, man, and MGM Grand Bet. We'll get to that later. But we got some guests in this damn studio. I want y'all to know COVID ain't going nowhere. It's still here. Please be careful. Get the booster. If you don't want to get a booster, just keep your ass in the house. Kill your own family, man. I can't deal with it no more.
Eat healthy.
With what's coming. Eat healthy.
You gotta eat healthy, you gotta keep your life.
Yeah, I understand that too, but shit. All right. We got some guests. We're gonna get it in because she said eat healthy. I mean, I know you can take vitamin D and
Elderberry.
and it helps you. It helps and it from getting COVID,
Go
obviously.
on and get that, what's the name? Go on and get that booster and let me get that $50
I'm
Walmart
not
gift
taking
card.
Right.
I'm not taking another vaccination.
I done took 3.
I'm
When they tell me I can come get one, I just got what? No, they was cheap. They gave me a $25 Dave's gift card for getting a flu shot at the event. Yeah, they played me, man. I thought I was gonna get 50. Then they said you go over there to the vaccine spot, and if you get it's your second vaccination or your first you got 100, your second you got 50. And I'm like, I done had them or I started to lie.
Yeah, I'm just trying to reap the benefits. Somebody let me get that card up off of you.
Well, they got more food stamps and stuff. They got a booster in the food stamp can too.
I'll take that. About right
Yeah,
now.
me too.
Okay.
And before we get into introducing our guests and letting them introduce themselves, if you calling in about the flow or sports talk or anything, you're gonna have to hold it off, man. 'Cause we got some stuff going on here that's pretty important. Even though I might throw something in every now and then, cause we might not get to this one. You know, they had torrential rains in New York,
Yeah.
and it was like, you know,
Yeah.
the mayor, the brother, he's asking for federal help. Cause when it rains, and the rain they got, stuff out the sewers come up.
Yep.
And them rats that look like them alligators, they ain't
I
in
knew
the
that's
sewer
where
no
you was
more.
going.
Them boys out there on the street. Now this dude, and I don't understand it, because he done did some backwards, you know how you do reverse racism,
Absolutely.
but you do it on top of your own people, asshole. But he established a rat czar. Y'all done heard me talk about the rat czar before. Now, you both have a sanitation department and a health department. He said, we gonna get a rat czar. Now, them rats that bad up there, baby? I mean, I've seen some New York rats before, but that's why I don't come up to that nasty ass place. But I digress. We ain't gonna talk about the rat czar no more.
But you can type your response right there, or you can call in. My brother's watching. He's from New York,
From New York? Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, I got family live up there, I don't even like them. But 216-939-5087 is the number to call in, you know, Static Radio, the Hustler Wax Flow. 216-939-5087. Nothing personal against your brother. I mean, you know, he probably gotta be cool. You cool,
He
but
said he won't get reelected.
Oh,
My brother said that.
oh no, he ain't, man, nah, that brother ain't getting rid. He made a rat czar.
Oh my goodness. That is.
Come on, man. Oh, come on. We got two beautiful ladies in here today. We about to talk about some real stuff, man. We always talk about real stuff, but this, you know, we got two people in here, two ladies that, you know, they bringing something to this show that, you know, I would say all our guests bring, but then again, I wouldn't be being 100% honest. But y'all bring something different. And we try to have somebody different every time that's bringing a different topic and a different perspective on topics on this show. Now, I don't know about anybody else, what anybody else do, but that's their business. And Tiffany has been. I got something on her. Would you like to introduce yourself, ladies, and tell us, you know, who you are, give us a little bit of background, bio on that, because I know you somebody, hold on, I know your name. Y'all know her. Y'all know her. Every week she be on that damn live feed. Father and Hustle. I ain't mad at you.
I do.
But where that? I know you on here somewhere. Y'all want me to see? Somewhere. Tamura Freeman. She's with Omni Global Solution.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know her from, you know, Alpha Creations and other stuff, but I don't know what the hell Omni Global Solution LLC do. If you like to let us in on it.
Thank you. Hey y'all, I'm Tamura. I'm actually Tamura Freeman. I am with OGS. We started OGS about 3 years ago to kind of combat helping people put projects and plans together in the community who were had loved ones who were incarcerated and coming home. And so that's where we got started. But as of right now, we just kind of been working on applications in our new organization, which is the Lab, RCAK, which is Marcia's Creations and Alpha Creations combined together. I've been out in the community for a couple of years, kind of been on the low right now because my loved one, ODRC was, you know, in order to help people, sometimes you have to learn how to be quiet and move silently. And so that's what we've been doing, moving silently for some time. And he has finally received his parole date. So we're thankful.
Yes.
In the interim, we had this beautiful young lady reach out to us in regards to human trafficking going on in her household. And so that's what we do.
Thank you. I mean, she be out here working in the community. Like I say, sometimes you do have to move in a way where, you know, they can't see you.
Exactly.
You know, they can't hear you.
Yeah. A lot of people like to be seen.
And yeah, well, I mean, that's what I always say when we have events with Northeast Ohio Black Health Coalition or other organizations I've been with. Cleveland is the type of city who the people will not participate in causes that will help these communities, help our communities, unless their name ain't the biggest name on the banner.
Say less.
If my name ain't on the banner, biggest one, then I don't want to be with y'all.
I agree.
And I mean, we at Northeast Ohio Black Health Coalition, we don't care.
Right.
As long as we out there in the streets going to work, that's all that matters. Who cares about being, but that's how Cleveland is. I'm gonna say that.
They think I had a name connected to everything, but we've been boots, not just OGS, but you know, with by any means, and I can publicly say that now. Now that he's got his date. By any means, groups out of Akron, Shalisa Rogers, and myself, and a couple other young ladies from across the state of Ohio. We've been boots on the ground, but we have learned specifically how to move and to move properly and to really help people with a purpose without always attaching our names to anything. It's irrelevant. I don't care who gets the recognition. We just want to make sure that people will service and help. So,
Thank you. I know you do important work. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. You guys
Come
are
on.
amazing.
On our show, that's your opinion. There's some other people out there think a whole lot of different stuff, but oh well, they get over it.
They'll be alright.
Like the rats are.
They'll be alright.
But oh yeah, not them. Oh, they know what they can kiss on my body, and it ain't in the front either. Excuse me, before I go off on another tangent, we have another guest here. And would you like to give a brief introduction on who you are, what you do?
Yes, my name is Shalisa Eathridge. I'm an Amazon employee as far as my business and what I do. I have 3 children. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio all my life, and I'm here to bring awareness to sex trafficking and to be able to come up with a way to prevent it from happening, even though we can't prevent it, but I need everybody to know exactly what's going on.
Okay, that's a big issue. Big issue here in Cleveland. I've said it sitting here before on numerous occasions. First of all, and they've been posting it a lot lately. All these missing teenagers and kids. No, well, where was y'all doing that at?
Yes.
10 years ago, 5 years
Right.
ago? Where were these people at in the community telling these young people, you have to be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. Like they used to tell us, look both ways before you cross the street. They need to be telling these young folks something different, because I know people personally who have loved ones that were snatched up and they haven't seen them in years. And see, the importance of it is, and like I said this before, Detroit is one of the biggest human trafficking cities in this freaking country.
It's 3 hours away.
And they come to Ohio
Yes.
and get the girls.
9480
And
176.
when they get them, and they get them away from here, then their families don't know. But then they get them in Detroit, they use them for what they're going to use them for, and then they pass them on.
To the next.
Maybe down in Kansas City, maybe down in Cali, or whatever have you. But some serious stuff, man.
Yes, it is. It is.
I know somebody who was trafficked. Some words be hard, especially when you eat orange jawbreaker. But you know, and they were abducted, taken away from their home, their family, their Cleveland for almost 10 years. And they got out, they had to go through a deprogramming program. And now they are one of the biggest advocates in this area, in this country, speaking on that issue. Because, I mean, see, I can't speak on it if I ain't walked in them shoes. You can speak on it. I mean, you know, and they do traffic men too. There's a whole bunch of perverts out there like little boys.
Yes, yes.
But people just think, okay, well, it's all women, young girls. Nah. My dude, Mayor McQueen, his little sister got snatched up. Y'all done heard about her. They done talk about her on numerous occasions. Found her car, didn't find her. I ain't seen her in 3 years. But, moving right along, you said your name is Shalisa?
Shalisa.
I ain't trying to say nobody's name. I already said her name, But, so, You know, because sometimes some of these issues,
They be bigger than us. Honestly.
well, they are,
Oh,
but they rock me in a different type of way. Because this is the important stuff that we gonna talk about every day in our communities.
Yes.
We're supposed to talk about it in our schools.
Mhm.
We're supposed to talk about it in our rec centers. We're supposed to talk about it in our homes. We just supposed to talk about it because, I mean, I just know from families, man, that they're going through it based upon the fact that they basically lost a loved one. You know, so, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let me help you.
Yeah, have it.
Let me help you out a
ready to kill a
little bit.
motherfucker.
I know. So let me help you out a little bit. So about a month ago, I received a referral in regards to Shalisa's case, and I was able to do some research, and she and I met, and she was able to provide me with some information and documentation, which caused me to do some research. First of all, because before I left Ohio many moons ago, I was staying on the west side off of West 130th Street in a home. And I remember like it was yesterday, finding cameras in the smoke alarm. I stayed upstairs. Well, my building was upstairs. I was able to get out of that lease. I went to court, and long story short, it was handled. I promise you. On several different levels it was handled. With that, so when I heard her story, I was like, oh my God. It makes you think about not just what's going on in the news, because all of a sudden, you know, when our celebrities, I call it jump on the bandwagon, all of a sudden it's important to us, but something like this has had, I've been hearing about this for so long. When she explained her story to me, and having so many cameras in the household, and all of the things which I'm going to let her explain that she had to go through, and then receiving a lack of support from the community, from the police department, from so many different organizations that should have been there for her. Why? Because she's an African American woman raising black children. That really upset me, you know. And this has been the type of interaction many of our families have received, and what it does is it causes families to kind of, you know, to forget it. I'll take care of myself and not bring attention to it. But you know, today this has to stop.
Yes.
It has to stop. But we've got to be able to help our families in tough situations like this, especially with resources. But I want to say, I was going to give Shalisa an opportunity to briefly tell her story, and so we can discuss it and see what we can do to help her.
Okay, well, it started February 28th. I moved into an apartment on West 85th in Detroit. I was kind of going through a tough time with me and my kids. It was hard for us to find a place. We were homeless for maybe 6-7 months until I found this place. Once I moved in, I was very happy. I was very excited because now we can get our life back on track. And my first day there, the people downstairs knocked on the door. I was playing Yolanda Adams. I was playing my gospel music because I was thankful that we made it out of the situation we was in. But I've always felt that something wasn't right, because when she knocked on my door, I went downstairs, I'm crying. Me and my kids, we were all crying. I went downstairs and I had to tell her, I'm like, well, I apologize about my music. You know, my nephew had just, one of my daughter's close friends had just passed away within that week as well. So we get kind of emotional. So the next morning I wake up, the Regency agency sent me a message stating that my music was too loud. So when I come back upstairs, I tell my kids, I turn around, I said, the first thing I said when I went through the door, I said, they evil downstairs. I said, they're doing something they have no business doing downstairs. So fast forward to May 14th, which was Mother's Day. That's when I really actually realized what they were. Now, 2 weeks prior to that, my daughter's birthday was May 7th, the Sunday before Mother's Day. And we had a little seafood boil. So I'm very spiritual. I like sage, candles, and incense and stuff in my home. So I lit some sage, and once I lit the sage, all the smoke detectors went off at the same time. So I went to fan one of them that was in my dining room, and I'm like, wait, this not making no noise. So I go to my daughter's room, and I'm like, damn, this ain't making no noise either. And as fast as I said that, they all shut off at the same time, which got me really suspicious. Like, well, how could that happen? So when I actually went to the fire department and told them that it's 10 smoke detectors in my house, I have 4 bedrooms. Each one of them was, each one of our rooms had a smoke detector in it. It was 5 of them between my living room and dining room because my living room and dining room were combined together. So the fire department was like, that's suspicious. You shouldn't have that many smoke detectors. And I also told him that all of my smoke detectors went off at one time. He said that was strange because by me having carbon monoxide smoke detectors in my home, it automatically signals a signal to the fire department for them to come out. Whether it's a big fire, big smoke, little smoke, they still automatically supposed to come out.
Did they come out?
No, they did not. They didn't come out at all. Now, once I brought it to the realty agency's attention, which is B2B Property Management, located on Ridge Road in Parma Heights, Brooklyn, rather, they were giving me the run around. No one came to see me. They still haven't reached out to me or told me anything. They were acting suspicious. It was just a lot going on. When I called the police May 14th that night, the people downstairs left, which made it more suspicious because when he left with a bag. So the police like, oh, I don't know what's going on. He left. The police like, oh, I don't even know what I'm looking for. So from the 14th all the way to the 17th of May, I didn't get no sleep. I was up every day just thinking of ways to figure this out. I had the police come to my home all those 3 days. They told me that I was crazy. They asked me that I was on medication. They asked me did I get enough sleep. So on May 17th is when I finally went in and did my police report. So when I went in to do my police report, I went to 1st District located on 130th. And before I made my police report, I called. I said I want the police to come out to my home. The lady was like, well, we've already been out there numerous of times this week. Obviously, there's nothing wrong. So I say, obviously, y'all need to do your research on the technology for 2023 because these are cameras in my house. So when I went to the police station later on that evening on May 17th, she was the same one that had to do my police report, was the same lady that I talked to on the phone. So when I went in there with my big garbage bag full of cameras, smoke detector cameras, she looked at me, she went to get her pen and pad, she came back. Now, when I finally got my police report on June 8th or 9th, I read my police report. I showed her a picture of this white man and gave her his name sitting there in there with her.
What was his name?
His name was Mark Harrison Jr. And I showed her a picture of him. And she put on my police report, black male suspect, name unknown. So an incident happened a couple days ago on Detroit with some kids. So the same police officer that took my police report, I pulled her to the side. I said, come here. I said, can I ask you a question? She said, well, I said, why would you put a black male suspect on my police report knowing that I showed you a picture of this white man and gave you his name? She said, no ma'am, no I did not. You showed me a picture of a black man. I said, no I did not. I also recorded you. She's like, you're on my recorder. I said, well, I recorded you as well. My mom and my youngest daughter went in there with me. I said, now you know that was wrong. And I asked her for her badge number. She gave me her badge number. I got about 12 police cards from people, all the police that came to my house and said I was crazy. They didn't do anything. It was a lot. It put me in a different type of mind frame because I never expected anything like this to happen.
So what you're saying is when they did the police report, it was fictitious,
yes,
basically.
Yes.
And they named a black.
Yes, and they put black male suspect name unknown.
So after you did the police report and it was incorrect, it was inaccurate, did you speak with anyone else from the police department?
I talked to Detective Christopher Miller with sex crimes. Yes, I did. And he was like, oh, well, that's just probably a mistake that they made. Oh, all you have to do is tell them.
They should have changed.
They should.
Did they ever change it?
No, they did not. They never changed it. I have copy of my police reports.
And you have police recordings as well?
I have police recordings. I have everything, yes.
Well, I would say I'll ask this.
Mm-hmm.
And have you talked to the safety director of the city?
No.
Kerry Howard.
No, I have not.
You need to talk to him.
I've been in contact with the district attorney, the FBI,
you need to talk to Kerry Howard.
Kerry Howard?
Kerry. He's a man, Kerry. K-A-R-R-I-E Howard.
Okay.
And, he'll take your call.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
He done fired a lot of police.
Mm-hmm.
For not doing their job. He done suspended a lot of police, even captains and lieutenants for not doing their job. Because he's doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and see, I have Section 8. I have CMHA. There's a whole other story as well. This is all of this corresponds together, though.
well, I mean, whether they correspond with each other or not. The thing is, you and your children have the inalienable right to be safe in your home in America.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, and then the police, man, the police lie.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know the police lie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first of all, I say this, and I ain't defending their ass, but
Not only are the police do they lie, they are trained to lie.
Right,
That's the big difference.
right.
anytime you watch any of them detective shows on TV,
Yeah.
especially the first 48, when they be like going after the first 48 and talking to the detectives and stuff, they say, and you hear them say, oh yeah, well, we lied to them.
So they can tell the
Because-
truth.
So we, and you know,
That's
they
part
tell
of
you
the
out front that they lie.
They
Now
tell
you
you they
supposed to
lie.
be a fucking honorable career position,
Authority.
but you lie.
Yes. And
Wow.
So let me just say a couple of things. While you guys are on this topic, with the lying, it's really important that we put our foot on our backs. But who is it Detective or Sergeant Williams?
Sergeant Williams.
Who is
yes.
Sergeant Williams?
Sergeant Williams is the head of the sex crimes. He's the sergeant of the sex crimes area in the Justice Center downtown.
What do you think?
Sergeant Williams, they had came to my house June 17th because I was calling and calling and calling. No one's coming out doing anything. I'm putting all my pieces together. I'm doing all my research and all my investigation on my own. So when they finally came out June 17th, it was a Saturday, to my house, they asked me, Detective Miller came with Sergeant Williams. They asked me 3 times, was I recording? But it was mysterious because right before they came, my internet service was shut off. That I couldn't connect to the internet, which was weird to me. So I'm telling them everything that's going on. I'm showing them all of the cameras, all of the hard wires that's in my house. I'm showing them everything. So we go downstairs. After we finish in my house, we go downstairs. I said, well, come on around the house. I'm gonna show you all these wires that's been cut. I had so many wires cut around my house. It's crazy. So when we get downstairs, he's telling me like, I'm explaining to him, I'm reading to him what it says as far as the smoke detectors. It says this is a disguise. These are not real smoke detectors. These are for disguise. So he came up to me and he put like, he came in front of me and he did his hand like, do you know what disguise mean? And I'm like, yeah, I know what disguise mean, making something seem like it's not that it really is. He was like, oh, okay. I'm like, so is the investigation over with? Yes, it's over.
Well,
yes.
I mean, some people, they don't, they don't, okay, well, we'll make her crazy versus having to really do our job because,
But he also asked me, where's the lens?
first and second of all, when he asked you if you was recording, you could say, yeah, are you recording with your camera?
Right, that's true.
And I got a right to record with mine,
Right.
whether it's just
That's true.
voice or,
That's true.
film. So, why, don't ask me am I recording, because I know y'all shut y'all shit off and beat motherfuckers to death.
Yes, they do.
And I
So-
felt like they were trying to intimidate me.
Of course, that's
They
what
were
they're trying to
definitely
do.
trying to
They
intimidate
want you to
me.
go away.
But I didn't stand down.
There's a correlation in the names that you talked to me about,
Yes.
which was Harrison.
Yes, Harrison and Miller. Okay, now we're going to fast forward to CMHA. Actually, I was down at CMHA building this morning and I received a letter in the mail stating that my voucher is going to be terminated. So I went down there this morning, 8 o'clock this morning sharp, and I'm asking them, I'm down there for about an hour and a half, and I'm asking them like, well, can y'all tell me the reason why my voucher is being terminated? No one can give me a reason why. Deborah Harrison is the head of the inspections down at CMHA. Mark Harrison Jr. is the man that lived downstairs who I showed the police a picture of. And Erica Harrison is the young lady that kept putting the 24-hour notices on my door. Then when they kept trying to
Where's Erica from?
she's from Cleveland. She's from B2B property.
B2B, CMHA,
CPD.
and the man that stayed downstairs.
First
All
of
the
all,
same last names.
if you didn't give them no legitimate reason, no purpose, for them to like say your voucher gonna be terminated.
I've never been late on my rent. I've never left a home that I demolished before. I've never been on bad terms with Section 8. I've been on Section 8 for 15 years.
Well, sometimes, especially in Cleveland, Cleveland is one of those cities that, they all connected. You know, I call them all the crooks, the legal crooks.
Yeah.
So I mean, CMHA, they're a government organization. They support, no matter what happened, they put the geese. I need some paper, not this letter you sent me in the mail.
They couldn't give it to me. When I leave here, I'll be back. I'm going right back down there as soon as I leave here. But what I was going to say was Deborah Harrison is the head of Nan McKay Inspection. Section 8 doesn't have enough money to hire people inside of their own building to do the inspections, so they hire outside contractors, which is Nan McKay. Now, Nan McKay is located in California, and I had an IP address on my lease. IP address is an internet protocol. Like we do text messaging, they VA internet. They got a certain type of number that they put in where they transfer things through the internet to be untracked. And as far as the wires that were in my home, hardwired smoke detectors are harder to track than wireless smoke detectors. So back to Nan McKay, she's the head inspector of Nan McKay. That's the lady who's trying to terminate my lease. Terminate my voucher. That's whose name was on the letter this morning.
Well, I'm a firm believer in this. Everybody got a boss.
Yeah.
And if I got to go past you,
and that's the goal.
I am going to your boss. That's why I mentioned Kerry Howard, the safety director for Freeman. Okay, y'all ain't doing your job. I'm going to somebody that's gonna make you do your job. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to sit down and listen to me. Mm-hmm. Because if they don't, I'm going 19, 3, 5, 8.
I did that.
And I keep going to them. I keep going to it. Whichever one was more receptive to you, I keep going to them. Mm-hmm. You know, I wouldn't stop because, first of all, if you in a place where you and your children are being filmed or either looked at through cameras, then somebody got to pay.
It got to the point where the realty agency got entwined into my cell phones, where they were redirecting my calls, they were stopping my emails, they were stopping my phone calls. One day I was on the phone with the FBI, and I was sitting outside my apartment on 85th, and I was on the phone with the FBI, and I'm writing down the little the website that they gave me to go to in order to file a complaint and stuff as well. The police pull up behind me, so I look at my rearview mirror. I say, "What's going on?" So I let my window down. He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Is everything okay, officer?" He was like, "Yeah, we're just doing a wellness check." I said, "A wellness check?" I said, "A wellness check for who?" He was like, "Shalisa Eathridge." I said, "That's me." I said, who sent you to do a wellness check? He was like, "Well, your family." I said, "No, my family couldn't have sent you to do a wellness check, because if they wanted to check on me, they would have called or they would have pulled up." I said, "They're not about to call the police." I said, "What y'all need to do is a wellness check on those cameras that's inside my house. That's what y'all need to do a wellness check on.
Yeah,
Can I get your card?"
They doing pretty damn well. I'm taking these damn pictures.
Right. I said, "Well, yeah, and I collected his card as well." But what I wanted to say as far as CMHA goes, when I first gave them and told them what was going on and all my evidence that I have, "Oh, well, you're going to have to call the landlord and you're going to have to break the lease and we're going to have to see if it's okay." I said, "First off, I have cameras in my home. Where is my protection at from y'all? Y'all are not trying to protect me at all. Y'all are telling me to call somebody who has been filming me and my children to get an okay for me to break the lease. How are y'all protecting me? I'm under y'all contract. Y'all supposed to be protecting me. Y'all supposed to be like, okay, well, something ain't right. Let's get her out of here. She says cameras. She got her evidence. Let's get her out of here."
Yeah, well, I mean,
they didn't do that.
Well, guess what? CMHA ain't the best place to, to go and need stuff.
That's
true. They got issues, them the feds.
Yeah.
I ain't seen Joe Biden this much in the first 3 years of his damn presidency.
And I also wanted to make a statement on that too, as far as Joe Biden with the government. We're in debt right now. We're in debt with other countries right now, and they're using our children as bait. They're using our children as payback. They're using our children as...
Girl, that's been happening.
Swipe it, but it's more so right now. I'm talking about everything that's going on right now.
I think the only reason right now is because certain children have been snatched. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it's been happening.
Yes, it's been happening, but it's
harvesting our organs
yes,
forever.
Yes.
You remember the girl that was in the hotel? Body came up. I mean, it's been happening. I mean, when I was in the military, they were talking about it all the time. They were telling us, watch your surroundings at all times. Look where you're going. One of the main things that we do in my family is we have code words. In case something happens, we have different.
Me and my children have that as well.
I think that's what families have to start talking about, is having code words. and watch your surroundings and not letting these kids out here by themselves, 5, 6-year-old walking by themselves. And I don't care what race or ethnicity that child is. You know, we have to protect everybody's children, you know, and that's what it's about right now. So.
Well, I mean, I will go back to everybody got a boss, and I will make as much noise until somebody listens to me appropriately. You know, you're just not going to brush me off.
Yes, that's how I feel that. I've been moving and stepping ever since May 14th.
Well, I mean, you gotta keep pushing, you know, and then you have to have people to advocate for you. You know, people that's not afraid
to speak
for people to discuss. They gon' in Cleveland, they gonna come at you.
Yeah.
You know, Ivana Hall, the founder and director of Northeast Ohio Black Health Coalition, was the head of the mayor's health department under Mayor Mike White. And when me and my brother were talking about Trayvon Martin the other day, but boy on the west side that they killed.
Tamura Rice.